This story is honestly one of the scariest submissions I've ever read because, well, it just sounds like something that could happen to anyone. It's a travel horror story from a software engineer who thought his biggest problem on the road would be work stress. Until, he realized something darker was waiting for him. Stick with me because this one will definitely make you think twice before staying in a hotel alone. My name's Daniel. I'm 28 years old, and I work as a software engineer in Austin, Texas. My job is pretty demanding, and I travel every few weeks to meet clients or handle system installations. This story happened about a year ago when I had to fly out to Denver, Colorado for a 3-day project. The company booked me a room in a mid-range business hotel, not the nicest, but, good enough. The place had the typical lobby smell of air freshener mixed with old carpet. It was mid-February and Denver was freezing. After a 4-hour flight and an Uber ride through icy streets, all I wanted was to get to my room, take a hot shower, and crash. The hotel itself wasn't bad, but it had this weird quietness about it. The hallways were dimly lit, with that low humming sound of vending machines echoing from the corner. I remember rolling my suitcase down the carpeted hallway, noticing that every other door seemed closed, except for one near the end, slightly cracked open. I thought maybe housekeeping forgot to shut it, but as I walked by, I could swear I saw someone's eye peeking out through the crack. I brushed it off, telling myself I was just exhausted. That first night, after working on some client reports, I laid down to sleep. Around 2:30 in the morning, I woke up to the sound of faint knocking. At first, I thought it was coming from the room next to mine, but when I listened closer, it seemed like the knocking was coming from inside my room wall. It wasn't loud, just 3 slow knocks. Then silence. My heart raced, but I tried to tell myself maybe it was the heating pipes or something mechanical. Hotels are old, they make noises. But then, it happened again. 3 deliberate knocks, but this time closer to the headboard. I sat up in bed, staring at the wall. I didn't have the courage to get up and check. After maybe 20 minutes of sitting there in silence, I forced myself back to sleep. The next day I told myself I was just paranoid. I went to the office, spent almost 10 hours working with the client team, and came back to my room around 9 p.m. While walking down the hallway, I noticed something strange. The same room at the end of the hall was still cracked open. No housekeeping cart, no sounds, no lights inside. Just darkness beyond the small opening. When I passed it this time, I felt an actual cold draft coming from inside. I didn't look in, I just walked faster toward my room. That night I tried to sleep with the TV on for background noise. Around 3:15 a.m., I woke up again, except this time it wasn't knocking. It was breathing. I swear on everything. I heard slow, raspy breathing coming from the corner of the room. The kind of breathing where someone is trying to stay quiet but can't fully hold it in. I grabbed the TV remote and turned the volume up, trying to drown it out. After a while, it stopped. I stayed awake until sunrise. By the 3rd day, I was a wreck. Barely any sleep, running on coffee, jumpy at every sound. I had one last client meeting and then a late flight home. When I came back to the hotel around 5 p.m. to grab my bag, I noticed something that chilled me to my core. My door was unlocked. I knew for a fact I locked it when I left. Inside, my suitcase was zipped open, clothes shuffled around. Nothing was stolen, but it looked like someone had gone through my stuff. I immediately went to the front desk and told them. The receptionist just gave me a tired look and said, "Housekeeping probably made a mistake. But housekeeping doesn't usually open suitcases." I went back upstairs uneasy. I packed up everything fast and sat on the bed, just waiting until it was time to head to the airport. That's when I heard it again. From the closet. The slow, raspy breathing. I froze, staring at the closed closet door across the room. My stomach dropped. It was the exact same sound I heard the night before. Every instinct told me to run, but something in me wanted to confirm what I was hearing. With shaking hands, I picked up my phone, turned on the flashlight, and slowly walked toward the closet. When I got close enough, the breathing suddenly stopped. I swung the door open. Nothing. Just my hanging clothes and an empty space. But here's the part that still keeps me up at night. When I turned to walk away, I noticed something scratched into the inside of the closet door. It said in jagged letters, "I like watching you sleep." I nearly dropped my phone. I grabbed my bag, bolted out of the room, and sat in the lobby until my Uber came. I never reported it to the police because I was scared they wouldn't believe me. But I know what I heard. And I know someone was in that room with me. To this day, I will never stay in a mid-range business hotel again. I always double-check the closets, under the bed, and even the vents. Because sometimes the scariest part of traveling isn't the flight delays or long meetings, it's realizing that you were never alone.